Hold up, hold up, hold up. Now let's get it all in perspective. Just getting bigger and bigger.
Anybody knows me, know I stay fed, but to the other hoes, I'm betting on this redhead. I bring shit on my loaf of bread. I was a militant, I ain't with Grammy lunatic. That bitch you were gonna say, and this was the point of politics. I need a major flip of the bricks and flip from 40 couches a case. One of these tracks.
Hold up, hold up, hold up. Now let's get it all in perspective. Hold up, 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 hold up. Welcome back to the Holdup Talk Show. It's your boy Deez, Dollaz. I got a special guest in the building, Mozay Calloway.
That-a-way.
Yes, sir. What's good, man?
Chilling, man.
Hell yeah. How you like the studio? We represent One Dream right now,
Word.
powered by Foreign X.
Loving it, loving it. This is beautiful in here.
You liking it?
Setup. Yes.
Thank
definitely.
you, man. Thank you, man. So tell the people a little bit about yourself, man.
Yeah, I'm Mozay Calloway from That-a-way. Originally from Syracuse. You know, I've had a long journey in life. Brought me back home to find myself, perspective. You know, and just working on this music and just tapping into others musically and just seeing, you know, what can be grown as a collective.
Okay.
That's the path.
Okay. How long you been rapping?
I've been MCing for, 6-7 years now.
There you go.
Seriously for the last 3.5 years. Really built my own studio and really started putting a lot of time into it and got into a vicious cycle of creation.
Right. Yeah, I see you,
stop.
man. You're like one of those artists, man, that's like really immersed in the music. I like everything that you do. It's crazy, man.
Music for me has been therapy. You know, losing my wife a couple years ago.
Yeah, man.
You know,
Condolences, bro. Condolences.
Thank you. Most people go sit on the couch. I went in the booth and just tapped into another form and just kept tapping in.
How'd you keep going after that, man? After losing, you know, your love of your life, basically.
Life doesn't stop.
True.
After one life ends, you know, if you have life, you wake up every day, you gotta live it, have kids. So, you know, if I'm not at my best, they're not at their best. And I can't have them suffering because I can't choose to get past things that happen every day to everybody.
True.
So I just took that perspective and just hit it.
Okay. Who do you listen to now? Like, who give you inspiration?
Nobody.
Nobody.
If you can't be inspired by your own life experiences, then, you know, I don't look for others to give me
To
motivation.
negate you,
know.
what you think.
I will give others respect. So, I did check out the new Kendrick. I checked out the new Cole.
How you like the new Kendrick, man? I gave it a few spins yesterday. I listened to the whole thing.
It's definitely on my wavelength. So I'm gonna
That woke type shit.
I mean, it's just woke. It's conscious. It's awake. It's just being
I
aware.
like the video. The video is dope.
Video's dope, but I like the music personally. I think that, you know, since Hov dropped that 444, you know, that music has been more widely accepted, though it's always been there. Beat selection's a lot better for a lot of these projects, which I think is, you know, giving it the notoriety that it needs. But for those who capture the message, and they're able to, you know, really put the things into play, practice or whatever to, you know, motivate and help themselves, and so be it. But that's not my motivation.
Right.
You know?
How do you go through like picking your beats and, you know, production?
Man, you know, beat selection for me has always been like one of the most important things. I remember early on, you know, one of my big bros, my bro Bonap, shout out from Brooklyn.
Shout out to him.
You know, he's like, look, verse is hot. He goes, the beat's not.
He said this about you?
He just said it about me and in general. He's like, you know, don't fall into the trap of like trying to be heard,
right,
but not, you know, letting people vibe. So from there, I started to choose beats that, you know, captured the ear sonically, and then I tried to match it vocally, you know, to that. I call it a trifecta of sound. What you hear, what you see, the visual, and what's spoken, and all those things. So that's how I started to choose my beats, and then it kind of just morphed into it. Listening to more 60s, 70s samples, and like picking out those certain sounds. And realizing what you like, trumpets or horns. And things like that.
That whole jazz feel, right?
Thus jazz rap is born. And you see there's a big heavy jazz feel to like my music. It's like it's not for
heavily
everybody.
Influenced, yeah.
Yeah, it's not for everybody, and I don't care for everyone to listen to it. It touches who it needs to touch, and those who love it will share it, and it'll just grow. I look at my music as an intellectual property. It's mine. I created it, I paid for it, and I made sure that it got to the point to where I can put it out. So it don't matter if it's heard a lot today, when there's tomorrow, next week, next year. Eventually it's going to get heard.
Right.
And then, whenever I drop that one song that captivates the world, then they're going to go back and listen to the other shit.
Speaking of that, like, what's some of your past music that you recently dropped that the people could, search up and listen to?
Yeah, this year I've been on a total onslaught dropping music. Since December, I dropped the Moods Volume 1, 21 tracks of just
available on all
vibes.
platforms?
Available on all platforms. Moods Volume 1. You can't miss it. I'm standing inside the moon, looking at life. My ganja, my aliens, the CEOs, everybody.
We the CEO.
We the CEO. And we're all CEOs of our name, of our time, of our lives. So you just gotta just keep on pushing. Volume 2 dropped in January, and I've just been dropping singles for the upcoming Enter the Blackness and Blackish LPs, IPs.
Those are coming?
Those are coming, yeah. Man, my counterpart K9, he's from Florida. He's one of our
K9.
original CEO members, founding fathers.
We the CEO, that's the record label?
Yes, We the CEO's record label. It's founded by me and 3 other my brothers during the pandemic. We're all spread out between DR, Florida, North Carolina. I'm more the business side, music. We have we've recorded over 100 plus songs during that time period. So I just have music.
So other 2 guys are artists as well?
They're artists, yes. One of the brothers runs a resort out in DR.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So he's been there since the pandemic.
Video location.
Word. We come to see you, Kaz.
Word.
My boy J.
The
Rugged.
Holdup pulling up with you.
Boy J. Rugged is in Carolina doing his thing, and 9 is in Florida, the Miami area. He runs like a lot of internet-based services.
Okay.
Everything that Foreign X would do. You guys, just from down there.
Right.
So we're tapped in for where we need to be.
That's what's up, man.
It's just all about just strategic, planning. Everything that I do is very strategic. I don't look for people to guide me along the way. Just I share the vision. If you see it, you see it. You don't, you don't. For those who want to be here, not for those who can. So we just move, bro. We just move.
I see a whole lot of stuff popping out at the Alien Opera House, man. I'm pretty sure you had everything to do with that, right? So what's going on over there?
Yeah, I can't take credit for everything happening at the Alien Opera House. That situation, we just found each other, me and the Petty Christ Don. And, we've been growing this whole thing. I think we grew a little too fast. We came under the radar, certain organizations. So we've been like going through like this permitting thing all year. And then, a few weeks ago, they threw us a wild card and made us rezone the whole block.
Wow. So,
we look to be reopened by June.
Okay.
And I got some things coming up for there. But just the name, the Aliens itself, it's for me, it's a traveling name. It's a traveling venue. Outside of it being a venue, it's also a company. And we've made a lot of connections with bigger groups outside of the city to give us opportunities to rock out on different stages. In a proper format where it's like no one's paying to play or anything like that. I don't want to do shit where there's no incentive. So there has to be something for what we do, because you can do an open mic, but I like it to mean a little bit more than what it does right now.
Right.
Even though it's essential to hip hop.
But it's
culture.
a whole lot of different things that come out of the Alien Opera House, right? What else you guys do?
We do metaphysical fairs. We do anything where the community can be involved, where groups can come in and share their stuff. We have a studio inside, full 2 stages, a print shop, and a cafe, seating space. Ideally we set it up as a membership-based thing. Like I said, for people who want to be there. They'll have so many hours in the month that they can come there and use all these amenities. There's a gym there as well. And we've had roller skating events, we've had kid events, we've had wrestling events.
There you go.
That wrestling event was pretty cool. That was
Where
back
you guys
in October.
located at?
211 Catawba Street, between Salina and Townsend, North Salina and Townsend. It's a big red building, you can't miss it. We're right next to Venom Nation Records and the bank that's on the corner, laundromat on the other side.
Okay. With you performing, how do you like live performing? Like, is that your thing? Live band, everything like that?
Definitely. It's a different feeling to get up there and do most of my performances on my instrumentals or like on the show track where it's just like the verse, the hook and no verses. Just to broadcast that true range, I've done about an hour to an hour and a half max on the stage.
Yeah.
I can give you anywhere from 10 easy minutes to a full hour performance without a sweat.
There you go.
And that's just something that you practice. So that's another thing that I was with the open mic formats that I had was just to get people to do something a little different outside their comfort zones. So it's like we'd have like a format where we work with producers and let them play their beats, and we'd have a full cipher. Just get up there and just freestyle it. Beats bought on the fly, or just doing performances with our live band. We work heavily with the
that's dope. I like
Frank
that.
White experience, and he's an amazing drummer. We also have the Ebb and Flow band, of the Alien Opera House, which is just a collective of all the artists that have ever performed. We are the Ebb and Flow. If anyone wants to give us time on any big stage, how much time do we have? And I can give you the Ebb and Flow of Syracuse.
Right.
From there.
Damn, man. You guys are doing it big over there, man. You work with any local artists from the town?
Yeah, I worked with a lot of local artists. Too many to count, too many to name. Most recently, I have worked with Brother Zaytona on a track called Heaven Sent. Going to be performing that at the Funk and Waffles on the 27th.
27th, this month?
This month,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm not sure if I'll be healed enough to perform that day, but definitely he's going to be taking the stage. And I got some music.
Definitely wish you a speedy recovery, man.
Thank you, brother. Yep. Thank you, man. Thank you. Been laying low for a couple weeks for
I
that.
feel you, man.
Painful situation, bro. For real. But God, I thank God for just having patience. For sure.
It seems like you got it like all mapped out, kind of. What do you think advice you would give to your younger self? Because it seemed like you got it all together right now.
My younger self was very heavily in the rat race. It was like 7 years ago when I kind of slowed all that down and just kind of walked away from it and just lived a very normal life.
Because us, we know each other on a personal level, man. I always thought of you as the international man of mystery, man. And your brother, he's the second part of that. Like, I feel like from knowing you my whole life, I feel like you've lived so many different lives. I'm like, what the fuck?
So, it's a constant reinventing, of yourself. And I've been fortunate enough to reinvent myself positively several different ways.
There we go.
But this version is a little different, because, I have, a full family. And, it's just the three of us now. So I slowed down a lot of things that I was doing, traveling city to city, again, rat racing, now I'm just chilling, bro. It's like life
Feels
is very
good to
simple,
slow it down a little bit
easy.
sometime, right?
For now, there'll come a point in time where I'll get back on that wave. But right now, I'm just chilling.
You been on any big tours or anything, or small tours, like with the live performance? Have you been on any tours?
But like I wasn't personally buying no albums. I lived with Mr. Sampson for like 5 years, bro, and he and boy Kev had every album.
Yeah, Kev. Shout out, Kev.
Book. Dude had a book. with every fucking CD that ever came out.
Definitely.
You know,
you could go in there and be like, yo, when that
so,
joint dropping? He'll have it ready for you.
So I always heard the new music, you know. But again, it's like for me, it's like I only talk about my life experiences. I've experienced a very amazing life thus far, you know. And it sucks to have a story to match everyone's story. People hate that shit.
Right.
I'm realizing that now, you know, and you know I'm getting better. You know, I don't always have to share that I did that. You know, but you know, it's that's it. You know, but it's like just like knowing like you know. How I've been able to like you know navigate life and knowing all the things and the people that I've met that have taught me so much. It's just information that I'm sharing, you know. So I just want to share the information. I want you to succeed, you know, more than me. You know what I mean? It's like for me, it's not about anything that I can gain from you monetarily. It's just about the fact of knowing that you know you got the push that you needed,
right?
And I'm happy to be there, happy to help you, happy to just be an inspiration. Man. You know, I never ask nobody for nothing. Just go out there and be your best self.
Right.
And inspire. That's it.
I'll be on that same type of shit.
And I keep it moving.
People always be thinking like, I want, not just necessarily me, but people just think like you always want something for something. Nah, sometimes I'm just, you know, there or just, you know, respecting the vibe or something. I'm not malicious. You know what I mean? I'm just want to be around. I want to be around greatness. You know what I mean? So right. I don't like when people feel like you somewhere because you want something. You know what I mean?
Can't fault people for the experiences that they have, or you know, for what they've gone through that gives them that thought process. You know, a lot of the times that's just not even about you.
True.
You know, so it's like until they can get out their own head and realize that not everyone's a threat, and some people are actually genuine, then can you know they move forward. All you have to do is just you be patient with people like that, especially if you see something you know that's worth seeing. You know, you can be patient. If you've not harmed me, then if you've not wronged me, then I have no problems with you.
Right.
I leave it at that.
Where'd you go to school for? Where'd you go to college for?
I went to Delhi College. I ran track there. An associate's degree. Then I went to John Jay College of Criminal Justice and got a bachelor's and master's degree. And I went to law school and I got hit by a car. And that changed my whole life.
Right.
And I never went back to law school. But I've been in the legal field for like 16 years of my entire life, you know, as an adult. And I've learned all that I needed to learn to be able to go and operate. You know. Yeah,
man, you're a dope ass dude, man. So I was just trying to pick your brain and set me up for my next question, man.
Sure.
Anybody in history, any, you know, big political type person or whatever type figure in history, who would you like want to pick their brain? Anybody?
Probably Napoleon Hill. You know, he wrote the book Think and Grow Rich. I didn't say he got to like being in that whole J.P. Morgan Chase kind of like beginning, you know, and just seeing like the origins of like wealth and everything and how that whole thing went down. Been nice to been the fly on the wall there.
Exactly.
You know, the whole railroad thing as well.
And not to mention be up as fuck right now.
Yeah. So,
isn't it like certain families that's running shit? Like, you know, the railroad family, Steele family, Chase family, Rothschild family. Isn't it big names like that from like that time?
Sure, you know, but you know, you get so wrapped up in these people's names and not knowing that those people are long dead. So, you know, the people running it are their kids. You know, their kids may not be so interested in what those people did.
True.
You know, but what you have is foundations and trusts and boards that are set up that are running that. So it's just next man up, you know. And all this shit's just no different than any type of hostile corporate takeover.
True.
You know, look what Elon Musk did to Twitter. Bought all their stock, became majority owner, and bought the company and took it private, which he had every right to do.
Right. Awesome.
And if you notice, it's like, you know, outside of like what you see in these other major deals, and this is billions and billions of dollars, there's usually a long process to get like SEC approvals and shit like that. This shit was done and done.
He had the money, here you go.
You know, so that's what you would call a, you know, but what the purpose of it, who knows? I don't care. This shit doesn't serve me. It doesn't, you know, change my bank account number today.
So, being an artist and stuff, what is your biggest challenge that you learned from being an artist? Like, what's your biggest, something that you found about yourself that's a challenge when it comes to this rap shit?
Oh, no matter how hot you think your shit is, it's not hot to everybody.
That's been a challenge for you? Everything you do, you just think it's hot?
Yo, my boy, Cam was like, yo, bro, one day I said, yeah. I said, I don't really like that one. He said, that's the first time I heard you say that. I said, yeah, I've learned that. It'd be hot, but it's like, it's a lot of throwaways in there. Secondly, is that no one's gonna give you shit.
Never.
I don't give a fuck how dope you are, how accomplished you feel in this shit. It's like, if you're not where you want to be, then you still got work to do, and the work never stops. So, it's like, I don't want to be like one of those artists that just expect people to give me shit. Knowing all the people that I know that I can contact, say, hey, I've never done that, because I understand that there's a certain level of work that I gotta put in before, I can even like acknowledge those relationships in that format. I'd be playing myself if I try to do that any sooner, especially early on, but just trust the process. Keep working. Anything that you do consistently over time, you'll be successful. So I know I'm getting better every day. I know that the quality is getting better every day. The content's tighter, the cadence is impeccable, and people are starting to listen.
Right. I asked this question to a lot of guests too, man. What do you want from all this? Is it more the money or the fame?
Not neither.
Neither.
But I want to build a business.
Okay.
I want to build a business in a way that I create 1,000 LLC artists. That's my goal.
There we go.
Because I'm the CEO. I'm the CEO of CEOs. I will build you a CEO. And, the thing is just letting everybody know that you can do this shit independently. And here are the steps to take.
You need to do some seminars, man.
Yeah, I thought about that. But again, that's just like another one of those things where it's like, for me, it's this challenge of just like, do I charge for that or do I give it away? I can give it away, but then it's like my time. Right. And it's like,
that's one thing you can't get back.
So it's like that's like the limit that I have with like even just like managing people. It's like, now I'd rather be a mentor. So now it's the mentoring manager. And I'm figuring it out. I'm figuring it out to do it properly. But again, it's like, it has to be a value add, so there are other steps that I have to take before I even like go that route. Right now it's free game. So for the upcoming projects, you got any featured artists? Do you do a lot of featuring with artists? No. I did outside of K9. So we did this album a couple years ago, and in order to put it out now, we have a portion of that album that's just him and I. And rather not overshadow him by throwing like a whole big old package together, I want to separate them, because I have a version of The Blackish that's called The Gray Area, and I want to present those group of songs independently in June. But towards the end of this month, I'll be dropping Enter the Blackness with myself and K9. No IG9 is his name, because he doesn't have IG. And just let the streets hear that one. These are going to be projects that I promote heavily. Okay. Like getting a full NFT for The Blackness, and have that ready. So when the Alien Opera House, when stuff gets back going on, you said what, by June, by next month? Yeah, by next month. Because we've gone through a whole restructuring. So, it may not even be called the Alien Opera House. Right. Something else. Okay, boom. This is another hold up moment. Hold up. Yeah. When was it a time when a person had you fucked up and you like, hold up? Hold up. Is it something, from the past or something a little, recent? What was your hold up moment? I've had a few. Had a few. Yeah, I guess it would be like, I had an encounter where it's like somebody like, thought I was like new here. And just like, bro, I'm from here, bro. Like, But a lot of people think my name is Mozay, so I get it.
Yeah, I never heard that name all these years. Mozay.
Guess I am new in that regard.
But your music you have now, you're on all streaming platforms?
All streaming platforms.
Mozay
Calloway. You know, until the end of this year, and then I'll be switching everything over to our site, and then that's where you'll be able to get the moods.
What's the site?
WeTheCEO.com.
WeTheCEO.com. That's up right now?
It's up right now.
What's good with the merch, man? I remember you had the merch game going crazy.
Yeah, I got merch at the Opera House. I did one of those really fucked up, stupid things where it's like I like put more on the merch than I needed to. So it's like, to me, it like has no value right now.
Right.
It's just giveaway shit.
Yeah.
You know, ship them shits to like a third world country and say, here, you know, like they do after the
After
the playoffs.
Yeah, championship games, yeah.
But bro, I've been a one-man band for a long ass time, and it's like, you know, I've been looking for, you know, the right pieces to like kind of like help to alleviate some of the things that I do on a day-to-day basis. You know, and being fully immersed now in this music shit 100% is what I do all day. You know, it's just finding the time, and I do have a lot of time in the day, but it's just finding the time to do like the tedious shit like merch.
Right.
I don't want to do that.
Right. You can just have a merch.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You know, and I know it's simple, you know, but I just don't have the mental capacity to think about that right now. You know, when I'm like recording music and then building a studio and then dealing with legal shit. You know, not to mention my fucking kids, and and they're getting older, bro, and like. You know, it's just like a lot of demand.
You got a boy and girl. You done?
Yeah, I don't have no more kids, bro.
You done?
There ain't no more kids. Three's a crowd.
Three's
a crowd.
So how's that? That's another thing too. Fatherhood. How'd you been embracing that? You know, since a tragic thing happened. So I know that's your dad. So
yeah. Well, that's the thing. I've always been dad.
Yeah.
I never been mom.
Right.
So I can't even relate to that situation at all. Fathering is easy to me. You know, the difficult part of it is when you're tired and you gotta cook or you gotta like clean and, and it's just like fuck.
That's like, I'm dad, I'll do this shit.
That's when I recall that I used to have help with that.
Right.
But like overall, like my kids are very, very respectful, loving. They're easy to deal with. Yeah. You know, they're at that age where they beef with each other. I don't get involved in the kid mess. You know, I just figure that shit out. You know, as long as y'all not beating up on each other, no blood, you know, like cursing each other out. Right. You know, that's it.
Gotta have those sibling walls. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. You see my brothers, bro. Like rivalries growing up.
Yes.
So
to this day.
Yeah. I mean, not me and Q. But
yeah.
Me and the other guy, definitely. You know, it's a hazy moment for all
of us. Right, it is a hazy moment. Shout out Hayes. Any in-house producers that you work with?
In-house?
Like someone you consistently collab with?
Yeah, Jeez.
Jeez, for sure. Okay.
Oh, Jeez. Jeez was the first producer engineer that I met here. You know, when I first moved home, August in 2020, and you know, I just like tapped in heavily. You know, I was on that wave. That
jazz sound, he interprets that?
I came in with a totally different vibe early on. You know, the jazz sound, you know, I started to pick up about a year ago. You know, when I was recording like songs for the moods and just picking out the tracks. Working with Danny Mitch. Shout out to Danny Mitch. Shy Denim, Wadey, Raw Bucks. Working out with that trio of ladies, you know, and just like changing the vibe. I hadn't worked with any ladies at that point.
Did they sing?
Yeah, they sing, rap, and all that. It's fire. And you know, we had a pretty cool summer rain Carl Thomas thing going for a moment.
Damn.
You know, so I got some music from that. Shy's really been doing her thing. So, you know, she's a go-getter. She's gonna really find her place in this music. She's an amazing writer as well.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to Shy. Definitely gotta have her on the podcast.
Yeah, come on, Shy.
As well as Danny. Danny has fucking amazing music. You know, outside of like the various bands that she performs with, Brown Skin and the Frank White Experience. You know.
Oh, she performs with the Brown Skin band.
Yeah, Danny Mitch is definitely a staple in the Brown Skin band.
Oh, okay.
Amazing. And they're performing, I think this week in Turnstone. But yeah, she and I, you know, we got a Badu song together. We have Aliens of the Opera, you know, a few other tracks that she's worked on. The world's ready for Danny Mitch for sure. She's a whole vibe.
There we go. I like those songs too. With rappers with a good singing chick, I like those type of songs.
I've worked with Aaron Rizzo.
Okay.
The Riz from the candy shop, psychedelics. You know, and he's doing his thing. You know, with bro plays guitar, he sings. You know, he's an amazing writer, vocalist, engineer.
There we go.
I've worked with Mikey T from the Raw Breed Group over at Subcat.
Shout out Subcat.
Gemify is one of the newest producers that I've connected with, you know, who I think truly and fully embraces the jazzy sound that I'm coming with, because he's, you know, focuses on samples production. So he's
so a lot of his shit is like heavily sampled.
It gives me goosebumps thinking about it, bro.
I gotta look. I like shit like that.
Yeah. So yeah, Gemma, my brother Ross, as well. It's to me that I work with a lot of people, you know, and it's like I don't necessarily sit on the music, but like, you know, it's just like it's a time. Very time oriented.
And you definitely a vibe, bro. I've been hitting up a lot of the hip hop circuits and shows these last couple of months. Everybody fucking knows you, man. Everybody knows you. I'm like, oh word, yeah, oh word. I'm letting them know that, like, they don't think I know you. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. But yeah, I'm seeing everybody knows you. You tapped in a lot here, at least.
I'm where I need to be. You know, and I'm not where I need to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't never stop.
You know, I'm not an in the mix dude. You know, it's like, you know, my home, bro. And it's like, you know, if you fortunate enough to come to my turf, you know, in my oasis of peace, and we can always have a good vibe. You know, other than that, I'm at the Opera House.
Okay. Say you can get a guest verse on a song now with anybody popping. I know you don't fuck with nobody really like that now, but if you can get a guest verse on a song, who would it be right now?
There's a few people that I like. Toby and Calloway, fucking Anderson Pop. Vibe out with. Definitely, you know, wouldn't mind rocking out with Cole. There's a couple brothers out there, you know, not even mainstream, like, you know, like, definitely work with my boy Milk Jeezy again, work with King Beezy Supreme from Chicago.
Okay.
Got to get a song with Travis Keandrick, you know, for sure, my little bro from there. But if I had to do a song with somebody, you know, from the Cuse, I'd do a song with my bro Hoss. Hoss is definitely, you know, dope vibe. I like his music, you know.
Okay.
And he doesn't make music like that anymore, but he does make music on the sly. I know you think he's that.
Well, that could be a secret joint.
I've been waiting for I'm waiting for that day, you know, to connect with my bro and do some fire ass music, you know. And then, you know, there's a few other bros from the Cuse that I'm in talks with to do some music. So it's gonna get done. But I've probably done about 20 plus songs with people.
There we go. We need y'all to come to One Dream, man. Spit some of that shit here.
Word. Well, I can't wait to spit this track for you guys today.
Oh yeah, thank you, yo. Thank you, man. I definitely hope so, man. So tell the people one more time, man. What you got coming up next, man?
So we got the Into the Blackness, the series of the Blackish that'll be dropping. Into the Blackness, the Gray Area, first two projects that are dropping. Be dropping another single.
Those are full projects.
Those are full projects, okay. Yeah. 10 songs, 20 tracks, 2 albums. And I got another single coming. It's the I haven't decided which one. I think I'll drop the Gray Area or validated by the universe. There's something about that track I just fucking love. I don't know, it sounds very Prince-like to me, in my opinion. But you know, it's just dropping those moods, man. Because I don't create no two songs the same. That's why I call them moods. It's a different vibe, you know. So it's like, you know, but this is my first themed album, so it's a very central mood, which is talking about the blackness for me, black and white, the convergence of it. It's a gray area. It's a discussion that no one wants to talk about, you know. So for me, I just draw the line. There is no black, there is no white, but there are 50 shades of brown. Pick one, be one.
Dope, man. Well, appreciate you for coming through, man. My boy Mozay Calloway, man. Hope. Till next time, y'all. Holdup Talk Show. Deez, Dollaz, Mozay Calloway. One drink, 4X, baby. Till next time.
Now let's get it all in perspective. Hold up. Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up.
That was dope. I
Hold up.